What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is the first phone that's going to have a Snapdragon 855 is going to be a Lenovo phone, and it's like super inexpensive and crazy spec'd out. Now, this phone is called the Lenovo Z5 Pro GT, and it comes with, listen to this, 12 gigabytes of RAM and a Snapdragon 855. Now, you can see the different variants of the phone here. The most expensive variant, the 12 gigabyte RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage, is only going to be $635. Pre-order for this phone is going to go up on January 15th, and it's probably only going to land in China. So if you wanted to pick it up in the US, you most likely won't be able to. You'd probably have to import it, and it probably won't have all the proper radios. But it's pretty crazy for a phone that spec'd out to have a price that low. Next up, AT&T's 5G network gets its first 5G compatible device on December 21st in 12 markets. And as you can see, here are the 12 markets that it will be supported on December 21st. And the device that you'll have to end up getting will be known as the Netgear Nighthawk 5G mobile hotspot, and it'll officially be everywhere available on spring of 2019, but these markets will be able to get it on December 21st, and it's kind of crazy the cost you have to pay. So for the device itself, it's $490 upfront cost. It'll give you 15 gigabytes of 5G data for $70, or if you want 10 gigs of data, it's only $50. Now, the device is way too expensive, $500 for a hotspot. Also, the data, that's not a lot of data. Especially if you're gonna use that as like a main device to get data with, have it be watching videos and looking at social media and uploading photos and basically just using it as a device, you're gonna run out of data really, really quickly. Also, within those 12 markets, you gotta remember not every part of those 12 markets is blanketed in 5G. They're still building up the 5G network. So if I were you, if you're asking for my device, I would tell you to wait. It's too early for 5G devices to spend that kind of money on. Even when the 5G Galaxy phone comes out, is it worth it to get it? It is, I think, if you're gonna hold that phone for 2-3 years. But if you're only gonna keep it for a year, I don't know if it's worth it, especially if the price is a lot more than what you're gonna pay for the 4G variant. And the last story of the day is about T-Mobile and Sprint and the merger that they're going through. If you haven't heard, they're basically trying to merge to create this, fairly big company that will compete better against AT&T and Verizon. And it looks like it's getting approval through the different levels of government agencies, and it only has 2 levels to go through next, and that is the Department of Justice and also the FCC. And the crazy thing about this is that the departments that have approved it have given them a little bit of a caveat, and that caveat is they cannot use Huawei equipment. I guess Huawei makes 5G equipment so that you can use those radios that they create, and they don't want them to use it basically because they're in cahoots with the Chinese government and they've sold materials to Iran. And obviously any company that does business with Iran, America doesn't want to have any part of them, and looks like that's what the cause of using Huawei equipment is they just don't want anybody in America to use it. So the approval, to go back to that with Sprint and T-Mobile, that's pretty big to have these two companies combined. It's going to drop it down to 3 carriers, and some of the rumors I've heard based off this is that T-Mobile wants to get rid of the Sprint network, which I don't know how they would do that, sell off that equipment to some other company, all the towers and things like that. And also, I don't know what they would do with those customers that have phones that are only compatible with Sprint's network. Would they give them free devices on T-Mobile or what? I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but it's definitely getting closer to an official merger for those two companies. It could still break apart in terms of maybe Sprint wants to back out, or T-Mobile wants to back out, or the other remaining 2 government agencies don't want them to be, one company based off there only now being 3 cell phone companies at that point. We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. Guys, 5 days of Christmas. I have 1 day left, or actually 2 prizes left. One ends today in a couple hours, and then the other one ends on December 20th. I'll link them both down below, so make sure you check them out. If you're looking to win something for the holidays, either to give it away as a present once you receive it, or to use it as yourself, definitely check them out, guys. You're gonna have a really good chance of winning. Thanks for watching. Question of the day is, what's the one device you keep going back and forth on what you're going to buy? Have it be very soon or in the next couple of months? For me, I'm thinking about upgrading my PC. I just get something a little bit faster. It's still fast, but just get something even more fast, a little bit more up to date. That's what I'm thinking about going back and forth and buying. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. See you down the road. Peace.